Welcome. I'm so excited I can connect with you this week again. And today I would like to cover one topic because recently I have received lots of questions about our skin. People say, my skin is dry, I'm aging, I'm wrinkled, I have lots of dark spots, and I really feel uncomfortable. I have to always use makeup and I don't want to do it, especially in the summer. Well, I'm really excited because today I brought on this live call somebody amazing. And she's not only amazing, but she is a licensed skin therapist for 25 years. Her name is Heather Funk, and I've been with her in our Inspired Living program. And I was watching her for a while on Instagram, and I was just amazed because she's not looking at our skin only, but she's looking at the body as whole. She's looking at body, mind, and skin. And she's very passionate about different skin therapies that support intelligent aging. I love that. And she helps you to feel beautiful and confident in any age. So please help me welcome Heather. Heather, join us. There she is. Oh, I cannot hear you. Just unmute yourself.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm so excited you're here and you found time in your busy schedule because I know how busy you are working with clients. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm so happy to be here, especially be here with your community and you. And I love that we've connected and we have so much in common. And I'm happy to share with anybody. I love educating people on having their healthiest skin and feeling really confident in their skin. And I've been doing this 25 years. And I of course, I'm focused on, like you said, I love intelligent aging because we can age really well. So the story that we've been told about, well, you kind of just throw in the towel at a certain age is inaccurate, because really we're in control of most of our aging. And what I've noticed through my practice is that not only am I treating their skin topically, but when I'm working on them and working on rebalancing their system, their nervous system, their stress levels, or through things like facial reflexology, working on balancing out their body, we create real radiant skin that way. So it's so multifaceted. So we could talk for hours about it, but it's completely now in your control to kind of reverse or kind of slow down, put the brakes on aging. It's completely possible.
Mm-hmm. Heather, I've been watching your Instagram and you are giving such a huge value to viewers with different tools as well. But let's start first with stress and skin. Does it have our stress around us has an effect on our body? What would you say?
Absolutely. So 80% of all illness is due to stress. And we know that that accelerates aging. It causes inflammation in the body. It wreaks havoc on our hormones, all those things. The other part is we hold most of our stress in the head, neck, and scalp. Mm-hmm. So like I said earlier, when we're working on this area, we can really relieve a tremendous amount of stress in the body and the mind. And when we do that, we bring forth that natural healthy balance back. And so when we're stressed and our muscles are tight, then something that you hear more about, the fascia gets tight. And in the treatment room, I really like to really work on that as well. Fascia is the tissue. Do you know what fascia is?
Yep.
I'm sure you do. So that tissue that's surrounding all of our muscles becomes really tight and it constricts the natural flow. So if it's constricting the flow of lymph, so lymphatic system is known as the garbage disposal system. If that's not moving, guess where the garbage stays? It stays stagnant. And if you look at a muddy pool of water that doesn't have the proper drainage, what does it look like? It starts to look gunky. So your skin on your face is that reflection. So when you don't feel like you're radiant anymore, or you feel like you're tired, it's because things aren't moving and things aren't in balance. When we start to work the muscles and we allow that natural flow of also your circulation, which feeds all your cells, that circulation is giving that nourishment, we're going to look and we're going to feel better. So stress definitely has an effect on the way we look and the way our skin looks. Very dry skin. I think you mentioned that earlier. People complaining about dryness in their skin. A lot of times that will be from dehydration. And a lot of times that correlation on that dehydration is because the fascia is stuck and tight. And if you just start working those tissues correctly or on a more regular basis, your skin will be more hydrated. And then the mental piece of that, when we're balancing out the mind and we're feeling calm again, and our hormones and our cortisol levels go down, but the good hormones go up, you're just going to radiate and look and feel better. When you're in harmony, you look and radiate that harmony. That's my approach to skin. I love skincare and I'm a junkie and I love my products, but we've got to work the whole system, the inside, the outside, the mental, the soul, all of it.
I love that.
So that's what's going on in my treatment room.
And I know, as you said earlier, we can talk about skin for hours, but let's go into a couple tools, what I notice you are using, and one of them is gua sha and a pen. I think pen was for me the first video I saw, and I was just like amazed. And your skin, it's so radiant, and every video you do, I love it. So if you have a chance, if you're watching.
Yes. So gua sha is something that I use in the treatment room. This is one of my little tools here. I'm sure your audience and your community sees these out there. There are many gua sha tools. They all have different edges and they do different things. But gua sha originally, they're very, very useful in getting out knots and kinks. But originally and really simply, they're to really move lymph in your move the lymph out of your face. It can be used all over the body, but in skincare, we use it on the chest, the neck, and the scalp. And simply, if I use this tool, this shape, I would use maybe like this crook here, or I could use this edge here. And really gently, the tool lays almost flat in most instances of doing gua sha. I try not to make it too complicated because there's many different ways to do it. But this is just a gentle support the skin and glide to the ear. And you give it a little shake. And we like to always start a gua sha session by opening up the chest and opening up the neck. So you could use your gua sha tool on the serrated edge and pull at the I wish I had my other shirt so I could show you, but we pull apart and kind of stretch the skin a little bit and work towards the lymph nodes, right? And then you could take your tool on that curve and just work alongside from the collarbone up and open the neck up. You come up and you shake, a little jiggle. It doesn't have to be hard, it should be soft. And you work all the way around the back, come up on that spine. And so the spine should be right in the middle here, where you would lift and go to the occiput, which is the base of your skull, and give it a shake. And just for time purposes, I'm not going to do the whole thing. And if anybody wants to check out some of my videos, I have like really step-by-step versions of it. But you work the whole, go ahead and work the whole neck. even just doing that, opening the chest and the neck, you will feel so much relief. Then you move and you do your light strokes. You want to always move from the center out, and you do a little shake to the ear. You could do that 3 to 6 times. And then you could take, again, you could turn the tool, make it flatter, and do a support and glide back. And you shake. And then we work the whole face, always from the center out. And at the very end, I like to come down the face, pump a little bit at the ear, and drain, come down the neck gently, and come to the collarbone, and pump at the collarbone. This is where your circulatory system meets the lymphatic system, okay? So that is one of the treatments I do in my treatment room, and normally in my ethereal lift treatment, I'm incorporating both gua sha and the tool and some of my lifting deeper massage treatments that relieve stress and help to naturally lift the muscles in the face. So that's in itself very meditative. I like to incorporate, and I'm sure this has to be one of your favorite essential oils. I like to incorporate 1 drop before doing this treatment of frankincense.
Oh, I love it.
So frankincense is great in skincare, but I love it for the meditative and prayer piece. So just to get into that mode, I might take 1 drop and put it on the occiput, on the back of the scalp, the bone on the back of the scalp, at the top of the spine. I like to put it right a little, just touch gently on your 3rd eye. Sometimes I'll take and just swipe the earlobe, and I'll touch the shoulders. One of those things or all those things are great. And it kind of enhances that experience of that meditative. I promise you, if your community starts to even do gua sha, they're going to feel, especially at the end of the day, so much better. They might sleep better. In the morning, they're going to look more contoured because they have moved the lymph that was stagnant most of the night.
You know, Heather, I just did it with you. Even I wasn't doing it perfect because it's my first time, and I can already feel like lift and lightness, and I have to do now the other side. And it was
you gotta do it on the other side. We don't want to be lopsided, but for sure. And just imagine you did this lovely thing for yourself on a daily basis, how good you would feel. And we're meant to feel good. We're meant to feel good. We're not supposed to be stressed all the time. Take some time every day to feel good. So the other thing I want to share with you, because anybody could do this, whether you have you might not have your gua sha tool. I recommend you get one. I recommend you treating yourself, because you deserve it, to a high quality stone. Yes, you can get inexpensive ones all over the internet, but look for a high quality stone, because it does change the experience a little bit. The next thing I want to share about stress in the skin is, do we have time to show a couple of points?
Yeah, totally.
Yes?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the reflexology tool that I'm using is weighted. It looks like a pen. And if you don't have one, you can certainly use, like we've used crochet, obviously not the sharp side, a crochet tool to hit those spots or reflex points on the face. So your face is a total map of your body. And I want to show you a few spots that will help reduce stress and make you feel happier. Serotonin is our happy hormone, right? So as we experience a lot of stress or aging, our serotonin levels tend to drop. Also oxytocin, which I did a video recently about, Oxytocin is the love chemical. It's when we feel, when we're cuddling a newborn, or we're getting a hug, or we're falling in love. That's why it's the love chemical. These are important chemicals in our body, important hormones that are being depleted as time goes on, and that we have less and less kind of human contact. I think oxytocin is a big one to be trying to support the production of. So if you take this tool, and you can use your finger. So Eva, if you want to use your finger.
Can I use like end of the pen?
You can use, if it's not like sharp.
This one.
I can't really see it. Okay, so you go to kind of mid eyebrow and 3/4 of your way up towards the scalp, okay? And there's 2 points here, either side, okay? And you just do small circles. You could do 10 to 15 circles really slow, and you want to breathe through it. And at the end of that 10 to 15, I like to just lightly stroke across that point. And then you do the other side.
Does it matter what, if you're going to?
So it really, it's great if you can go clockwise, but if you can't, it's not the end of the world. You're still going to get benefit from it.
Okay.
I just don't want people to get hung up on that. So I feel a little stuck here. Sometimes if you feel tenderness, or it's stuck, or you see that it gets really red, it means it was out of balance. And it's great that you can even work it a few more times if you feel that way, okay? So 10 to 15 times, and then we just stroke lightly across here. And it feels really good. Then right here in the inside of your eyebrow. Now, if you look at your face, this correlates to like shoulders right here.
Okay.
So if you ever saw, people say, oh, put your shoulders down because you're stressed. You wear your shoulders like earrings. Mm-hmm. So not only are we releasing serotonin here as well, but we're relaxing the shoulders. So we go to the corner and we do 10 to 15 circles. And afterwards, we just stroke on the side, on the top of the eyebrow, nice and slow. And we always do to the other side. These are great points for if you're having trouble sleeping as well, or you're feeling moody or stressed. These are very important points. And we just slowly stroke the eyebrows. If you're using this kind of method for a child and they can't sleep at night, just even stroking above the eyebrow is great. And one last point I'll show you guys is right here up on the cheekbone where it meets kind of the corner of the eye, and that's oxytocin. And every time I do it, it just feels so good. Do you feel anything? Did you fall asleep?
I'm trying to feel relaxation. I feel relaxed.
So this is the oxytocin, the love chemicals are supported here. And then we do the other.
It just feels calming, really. As you
it's
said.
So good. Oh. And during the ethereal lift, I hit almost every point and every reflex and do a full reset on the body and parasympathetic nervous system.
Even the pen works pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably better than using the finger, but even the finger or your knuckle would work well. Okay. But there's always ways to achieve it and get to that reflex point. And as you see in all my videos, I set everything in on this point in front of the ear. It's where the ear lobe meets the face.
Mm.
And when we do facial reflexology, we always want to set in at this point to set in the points that you already worked. So you could do a few circles, and then I like to go up and down on the ear, kind of up and down, and you can also go around and down behind, all the way behind your ear. Sometimes your hair gets tangled, and I'm wearing earrings, so it's getting, so don't forget the other side.
Definitely, it feels more tender here, both
On
sides.
your left side, on your left side.
Here, just here, both sides, more than anything.
Mm. And then, so that's sometimes an indicator that you want to work those areas a little bit more.
Mm.
We stroke up and down, and then you set those points in. And you could do that several times a day. That is going to help with stress levels. So bringing it full circle, these are just 5 minutes of something that could reduce your stress, support this, support the production of these very healthy hormones and the happy hormones, and all of those will support that anti-aging. If you can just do little steps, do little steps. And then when that becomes easy, I find that people start adding more and more, and it's not so overwhelming.
Heather, would you say, is there better time of the day to do it, either morning, evening, or it doesn't matter?
Well, when it comes to doing those certain points like serotonin and oxytocin, you can do it whenever, unless you're really very exhausted and you think that if you work serotonin, it's going to make you sleepy. But if you, it really is something that when you're stressed. So you could do it morning, noon, night, when you're feeling really stressed and feeling out of balance. So you could work it several times a day till you get a desired result, start feeling better.
Wow, Heather, you gave us such a huge value. I just love it.
I hope it wasn't too much info.
It was amazing. And I believe everyone will find something in this video what they need. But my question to you is, I'm pretty sure people will be asking where they can find you. I know you are on Instagram, maybe share your Instagram, and I will put it in your link below, but just share with us.
Sure. My Instagram is HeatherFunk_your skin coach. That's at Instagram. And on Facebook, I am Heather Messineo-Funk. That's I'll give you the correct spelling, but I'm on Facebook as Heather Messineo Funk. That's the account I use. But you will most likely see me more often on Instagram, where I do more educational videos and reels and give you tips and tricks and just support you to love life and enjoy the journey.
Amazing, Heather. Thank you so much. I hope it's not first and last time we see you here.
No, we'll do it again for sure.
We wish you lots of good clients who will follow what you teach, because it's such a tremendous value you're giving. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. And I know you're giving a lot of value to your community as well. Thanks for having me be a part of it, and we'll definitely talk soon.
Sounds good. Thank you, Heather. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.